Welcome to Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement. Gerry Ricken and Heidi Ricken Provost want to help you plan with purpose and retire with joy. Find more information, including how to reach the team, in today's show notes. Now, Kickin' with the Rickens, powered by Ricken Financial.
As always, thanks for streaming Kicking with the Rickens, Redefining Retirement podcast. We're here with retirement planner Heidi Ricken Provost alongside licensed insurance professional Gerry Ricken. Get all the information about Ricken Financial. You can find it here in the show notes. My name is Mark Owens. Before we kick things off, I know you're going to get mad at me for saying this, Heidi, but in my mind, you are a world champion. You're not there yet, but in my mind,
no, not yet.
You are a champion. Gloat.
Well, thank you.
Pat yourself on the back. What happened?
I played adult softball I played softball for the first time since fourth grade this year. And
quite entertaining, by the way.
Oh, yeah. By our last game, I kind of had a feeling I knew what I was doing, and I had a hit every time I was up to bat. Even though I'm bottom of the lineup. How many
times were you up to bat during those two games?
14. Even though I'm bottom of the lineup, made some work happen here. We only had 8 players show. That's why I got to hit so many times. But even with a squad of 8, we won both of our games on Sunday and clinched the win to be the best E team in our league this year.
League champions, yeah.
Thank you.
That's still a trophy. That's still, you'd still hang a banner. That is still a trophy.
I know, right?
Right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Field mice for the win. And more than that, too, I mean, it's such a supportive and incredible community. You know, I'm getting, everyone will be listening to this because, we have the privilege of recording in advance and going through the compliance and everything. But as everyone will be listening to this, I will have completed whatever I'm capable of completing for my 29-0-29 Everesting challenge. And my team is so supportive and amazing that they even made me a motivational playlist on Spotify. They got me like a little pin that's a little mouse to wear. Like, it's been really fun because as an adult, when you're trying something new, you don't always, if you're very competitive like me too, you don't always have a big team behind you, supporting you and helping you get better and not beating you up when you make the errors and that kind of thing too. So it's been a lot of fun.
I love that. Congratulations. I love it. Wait, did you say it? Did you say how many hits you got in the game? Tell me one more time. 14.
That's 2 games. 2 games.
Oh, 2 games.
2 games, yeah. Mm-hmm.
MVP. Were you recognized as the...
No.
Well...
That's going to go between, we have 2 hunters and Jasmine on my team. One of the 3 of them needs to duke it out for MVP.
I love that. Stepping up. You were literally stepping up to the plate when needed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right. Oh, my gosh. Look at that play on words.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Let's get to it.
Speaking of play on words, 29-0-29. You just said Everesting. So that is the equivalent of hiking up Mount Everest in a mountain several times. And Heidi's going to be will have done that.
How you feeling? Like mentally, not physically, mentally, where are you before you get to that?
I'm not great at the moment. We're recording this on a Tuesday. I leave Wednesday morning for Canada. Thursday is the prep day. Friday at 6 a.m. is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now move your butt up the mountain.
Yeah.
And you have from 6 a.m. Friday to 6 p.m. Saturday to ascend a hiking or a ski trail 15 times, gondola down, churn and burn and do it again. 25 and a half miles of hiking, 29,029 feet of vertical elevation. I'm kind of freaking out at the moment. I've done a lot of training.
Yeah.
Okay. I've done all of the training work in like the guidelines and everything, but I don't know. I in my mind, I feel like it's not enough. And I also have never done an endurance challenge before. So I'm just nervous and we'll see what happens. But,
However, as a bragging dad, Mark, she has done things like this before because when she didn't show up for the first practice as a freshman for lacrosse, her coach, the lacrosse coach, sought her out because she said, "Hey, your mom said you were going to be our goalie." And she's like,
"Yeah, my mom told me that I was playing lacrosse. I didn't even know what the sport was, and I didn't go to tryouts because I'm like, I am not playing this sport."
Yeah.
Yes, and then fast forward a few years, we were at Northwestern University at a camp, and she was the MVP of that camp. And then she became the best overall goalie in the state of Missouri. So, yes, you do have it in you to accomplish this.
Well, thanks for reminding me that. I forgot that I played. Northwestern won the national championship that year,
yes, they did.
And I played goalie against the national championship team in the final game of that camp.
That's right.
I forgot about that.
You were
that
the
was
MVP.
fun.
Yes, I do recall that as a proud father.
I may or may not have had a shutout too, so you know.
Yes. Which
it's all coming back
amazing.
to you now.
Uh-huh.
It's all coming back. So it's all coming back. So you can do this. She is up for the challenge.
Dad just proves the motivation that you need to be successful. And that's what that was right there. So,
and that's precisely why Dad and Mom and Barbie, my sister, and Stephen, my husband, and my in-laws are coming to cheer me on, because I'm going to need some outside help too, you know?
Yeah.
We have a couple tricks up our sleeve as well.
The only way you get through something is with the support of the people that you love and are there for you. So
I love that.
I'm pretty damn honored to have so many people that love on me to support me through this too. You know?
Well, we're proud of you, and
thank you.
We know you're going to be successful. But regardless of what happens, the fact that you are taking this very first step, that so many people look at that and they say, nah, that's not for me. You said, oh, all right, it may not be for me, but I'm going to make it mine and I'm going to own it. So 29029, cannot wait to hear about it in the next couple of weeks, how it went. And I know right now when I asked you mentally, how are you? I know how you're feeling, because you're like, I got to get things done at work. My plate is full right now, and I got to think physically, and I got to think mentally, and I'm working on my diet.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Right now, in this moment, I finally, for the first time in my life, feel like every single person we meet with, when they're on the threshold of retirement and they've sat with us and they've either they've worked with us or someone else, and they have a plan for retirement, and they've done the savings. They've done 30 years of sticking money to the side and socking it away and sitting here and scrimping and saving and preparing. And it is enough. It's definitely enough. But then all of a sudden the day comes and they have so much nervous energy and anxiety, and we have to rethink the way we do everything in retirement. It makes sense to me now why these people who have prepared so much are even more nervous than the ones who haven't, because I'm like, ooh, I've put all the work in and the plan and everything too. But now here I am going through all these terrible what ifs in my mind. And I finally feel like I put myself in the shoes of all of our prospects and clients.
You know, because everything does change the day you decide to retire, whether you're an individual or a couple, and the last one of you retires, everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
it has
everything.
to.
And I'm telling you, everything.
And it should.
Yeah.
And it should. And it is anxiety. And a lot of people come to us and they're afraid. They're afraid of the what ifs, the unknowns.
Well, we're all afraid of the unknown.
Sure we are. And you shouldn't be afraid. Be not afraid, you know. So
well, yeah, if you want Ricken Financial to go with you always, you know, then
that's right. Just don't let me sing it, because your ears will be ringing. It won't be a good ring.
But here's the thing, like it starts with your emergency funds. Those need to change in retirement versus working years. Your investment methodology and the way that you view risk and the way that your risk tolerance actually hits you, that needs to change in retirement versus your working years. The way that you invest completely should be changing. The way that you draw income changes, because you're not getting paid from a company. You're getting paid from everything that you've saved and worked for. There are just so many facets of your life that have to change. And if you've been doing 30, 40 years of routine, that's terrifying. Even if the plan is amazing, it's scary to think that everything's got to change.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true, because you'll be spending more time doing something else besides working. Mm-hmm. That's a huge change in and of itself. And if you are in a marriage, spending more time together, you know, that's a huge change.
That's a huge change.
Yeah.
But okay, think about this too. If towards the end of your career, you've moved up and you've done all these things, and you're the head honcho and you're the bigwig, and you are working probably too many hours, all of a sudden, all of the time in the world is yours. that's a huge change too. How are you going to fill your time every single day? What's the purpose going to be every day? What's going to get you out of bed and get you moving and figure out, what's going to drive your joy in life? That's a huge change too. But, let's break down all the things that do need to change when you retire and should be changing when you retire. Because here's the thing. When you work for a paycheck. Your money, you work for your money. When you retire, your money works for you. So it's going to start with your emergency funds. A lot of people think that in retirement, they need to have that same 6 months of cash or a year of cash on the sidelines, earning nothing, because that's what they did all of their working years.
And the reason they did it all their working years is in the event something happened catastrophically to one of them while they were working and they lost their paycheck for a 6-month period, you can replace that paycheck with your emergency funds. Well, guess what? That needs to change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because in retirement, if something catastrophic is happening and your paycheck goes away, first of all, you got the wrong plan, and you definitely need to come see us to ensure that you can have a better plan when it comes to your income. But you worked so hard for that money. You're in the preservation and distribution phase of your financial world. And if your money is dead and sitting on the sidelines and earning nothing, it is doing not a damn thing for you. So that has to change completely. Your income changes completely because now you're in control of what the income looks like. Sometimes we meet with people and they say, well, I only spend, thrown out a number here, okay? This is a hypothetical made up example. I only spend $5,000 a month, but we always want to make sure we have a cushion, so we take $8,000 a month out of our accounts. Is that benefiting you tax-wise? Probably not. Is that benefiting you from an earnings perspective if you're taking an extra $3,000 a month out of accounts that are earning a decent rate of return and sticking it in a 0% or even a 2% high yield savings account? No, that's not doing diddly squat for you. So you kind of have to reframe and, kind of figure out what it is that you do spend, take the money out. And then when you do have the big stuff, you take an extra distribution out and you cover it,
And it's easy to take those distributions out. It just takes a couple of days and it just pushes to your bank account. So it's not like your money is ever not available to you.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
people believe that they have to have this cushion. They have to have this surplus. Those days are gone. Your surplus should be invested. It should be working for you. Just like Heidi said, you're not working for your money anymore. Your money's working for you. So why not have that money work for you in a most advantageous way that you can, so that you can preserve, so that you can be okay? Because that's the biggest question people say, am I going to be okay?
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the ways you can be okay, is to have your money work for you.
And when it comes to your investments, when you're in your retirement years, you need to invest in different things than you invested in your working years. Also, the thing is, when you're capable of turning your 401k into your own personal IRA, you can invest in whatever on earth you want to invest that IRA money in. You're not subjected to only like the target funds or the specific funds that your employer sponsored plan has, and you should be investing elsewhere. Some of your money should be invested in, based upon your risk tolerance. If you want something that preserves your principal, then maybe you put some of your investments in an annuity or a structured note or something that preserves your principal. Then the rest of your money, you might have some cash here. There's all sorts of different investment vehicles you can utilize. But for what's at risk, you want to make sure you're doing calculated risks and that overall, each of your individual accounts meets your risk tolerance from your investment portfolio. You shouldn't have every single penny you have saved invested in one 60-40 fund or one target fund or something like that. In order to truly match your risk tolerance in retirement, you kind of need to spread things out and open up your eyes to more of your investment opportunities.
And when we talk about risk tolerance, a lot of people think, well, I'm invested in a 60-40 portfolio in my 401k. Well, guess what? That 40% that's in bonds is also subject to market risk. What we're talking about is changing the way you think about risk. In retirement, you need to change the way you think about your assets. You need to preserve those and in order to preserve those, you have to put some things into investments that preserves that principle, that you never lose principle. Because if you lose principle, your plan just isn't going to work unless you have that kind of protection in place.
And when it comes to income, got to make sure you get as much income as possible because what, Mark? Income is
the outcome that matters the most in retirement.
100%. And, Gerry, what do you always say? As long as you have
blood pressure, we want you to have income.
Well, hell yeah. So if you're going to be alive in retirement, we want you to have income to cover your needs and your wants. So everything changes in retirement. And, the one thing that doesn't have to change is having the right support system behind you to ensure that you're doing the right things. Spending more time with your family, doing the things that you enjoy and you love every single day. The way that you live your life does not have to change in retirement, but your money does need to change in order to support the way that you want to live. So, we'd love to sit down and run a plan with everyone that we come across and ensure that you have the right strategy moving forward into retirement and the right team behind you to help, ensure that you're matching your risk tolerance when it comes to that market and tax risk, that you have the income streams coming in that are necessary. You don't have any dead money on the sidelines, that everything's working effectively for you.
What needs to change in retirement? This conversation begins with a phone call or reaching out to the team at Ricken Financial. You can find the website, you can find the phone number, everything here in the show notes. The Purpose Approach, plan with purpose, retire with joy, no cost, no obligation. Have a long-form conversation of changing emergency funds, income, investment, and also mentally, the changes that will happen mentally. But you have a support system right behind you. That's Gerry, Ricken, that's Heidi, Ricken, Provost. That's the entire team at Ricken Financial. We invite you to reach out to begin this conversation. And we invite you to share this show if you have friends or family that just have questions, maybe some concerns about their retirement strategies. As always, thank you. Thank you both so much for the information and thank you for the education here this week. And Heidi, Ricken, Provost, best of luck. You've got a support system behind you. We're proud of you. We love you. Go get it. I'm not worried. You're going to come down that mountain. You're going to be like, dude, that was easy. Let me like Staples button. That was easy. Come on now. That's the mental change.
That's the mentality.
That's the mentality right there.
That will be my mentality.
Change that paradigm.
We will be back.
I'm going to change the way I think.
That's right. And your feet are going to change the way they look after you're done with this one. All right. With that being said, we'll see you back here next week for another episode of Kickin' with the Rickens, Redefining Retirement. But before we get out of here, Gerry, Ricken, Heidi, Ricken, Provost, take us home.
Every day's a holiday.
Life is short. Laugh hard.
This has been Kickin' with the Rickens, Redefining Retirement.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Ricken Financial LLC. Ricken Financial LLC is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Ricken Financial LLC are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. Ricken Financial LLC is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Ricken Financial LLC.
Please remember that converting an employer plan account to a Roth IRA is a taxable event. Increased taxable income from the Roth IRA conversion may have several consequences. Be sure to consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding your IRA.
Tax preparation and tax advisory services are offered through Ricken Financial. These services are not offered by IPW and are not subject to investment advisor requirements. These services referenced are an outside business activity not offered through or supervised by IPW.